Hey everyone, today I want to talk about optimism and pessimism. Now, both of these topics are very important in terms of the self-development, self-improvement, prosperity, getting rich category in books and programs and seminars, whatever have you. And they come up fairly often. I was just going through this book I finally finished called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It sold over 100 million copies. It's a book that's made thousands of people rich, and it's also a book that has very amazing key figures in Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford. These are people that the author actually studied and interviewed for many years as this intern, and it's just eerie how certain things work. Anyhow, even this book talks about optimism and pessimism. And from my readings, my humble opinion, which is only opinion, it could be completely wrong, is that it's a nuanced topic, and generally you want optimism, but you want to have the right type of optimism. If you're just blindly optimistic and just think that you can do everything, and you're not thinking practically and logically, that can lead to complete failure. It's that guy who thinks he can do nothing, eat a sandwich, and one day he'll be a millionaire. It's not going to work, or he's going to be super famous, or everyone's going to like him. The same. So, what I'm saying by this is that you need a certain level of practical pessimism in that, okay, I can do this. I can achieve this. Life is grand. But you have to have that level of practicality in saying that, okay, that I can achieve this, but I will not achieve it by sitting on my butt all day or by just doing this one little thing to try and achieve my goal on a daily or weekly basis. That's not going to cut it. If I just do this little thing or these small things or all this stuff, I'm going to fail. And generally, what this means is that you have to have optimistic traits. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, recommends that you should avoid negative people and negative thoughts because they seep into your subconscious and influence you and influence your thinking until you've become one of them. And he recommends going after positive people and following them. However, what I see is that that helps, of course, but there's many other factors to success. Hence, this whole book on success, not just this one chapter on positivity, and then that'd be the book. And therefore, if you just do this and you don't do other stuff, which I think Napoleon Hill would agree with, such as realizing, okay, it's great to be optimistic and stuff, but there's a bunch of optimistic people who think, everything's going to go grand, and they're never going to achieve exceptional success with their goals. You have to have a practical plan on getting there. You have to have a practical explanation for the value you will bring to the table for the wealth or whatever else you want to achieve that you're getting. You have to deserve what you get. Those are big things that Napoleon Hill has said, and I could go on and on, but I think this is the general thing I want to say. Optimism is generally where you want to be at. You want to have positive, optimistic thoughts, which I agree with. If you are always with people who are downers and very negative or have pessimistic views generally, that will just bring you down and it can lead you to ruin. But again, there's the different distinction between setting plans and goals and executing and having optimistic thoughts versus the optimistic person who's exuberantly optimistic and just happy-go-lucky and is just a complete mess in life, doesn't do anything, late to everything, very relaxed and just chats with people and misses deadlines, doesn't get things done because he's always distracted. There's a complete difference, and he has no plan. So I hope you got that example. And again, it's just my humble opinion based off what I've read from this great author. And I think generally there's this phrase. It's called it's you have to deserve what you get. Mr. Munger, Charlie Munger, has a similar quote. He says something like, generally, almost always, you have to deserve what you get before you get it. The world is not a crazy enough place to give to undeserving people. So you have to bring value, and I think that's a huge thing involved in achieving the positive results or the goal you want in mind. One thing Napoleon Hill says is to set a goal, but then go along to uh, setting a reasonable, logical reason that can be understood and accepted and believed for what you will bring to the table in value for that specific amount of money that you want to achieve. And that will stop a lot of people in their tracks. And then it will slowly start to rethink them. Okay, I don't have any value I can bring. Well, I better start acquiring these skills. And that's kind of how life works. Generally, there's a certain level of value that needs to be brought to the table in some way, shape, or form before value is given back. Not always. There's general acts of pure kindness and generosity, but economically and even in like dating, it's a mutual relationship. So the guy and girl, they see a certain threshold of value in each other, and that's how it works. If one person sees value and then the other person looks at the person who's courting that person is like, okay, I know I'm valuable, I know you see that I'm valuable, but what about you? You're a complete mess, complete slop, you got nothing going for you, why would I be interested in you? And again, that doesn't necessarily mean all materialistic stuff like money, good looks, and stuff like that. But there's other things that can bring value as well. Anyhow, just food for thought. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.